Hey, hey, Cancer. Intuitive Soul Coach here with your October 2024 love reading. Welcome back to my channel if you're returning, and welcome if you're new. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, Cancer, I am hearing Sinead O'Connor's Nothing Compares to You song. It's loud, and I feel like someone is thinking heavily about you. I mean, roles could be reversed, but I feel like this is an energy of someone else. But the reason why is because you have a new beginning. There's a new beginning coming in for you after maybe a long time of waiting, or perhaps there's been an ending of some sort. And I do see someone has eyes on you. Someone could even be watching you in some way, shape, or form, maybe watching your social media. They could be keeping tabs on you. All right, we do have the Nine of Wands showing up. Nine of Wands, you've gone through a lot, potentially with an individual. Now, there may have even been an ending, a tragic ending in, a family situation. This could be a tragic ending of a friendship. I feel like you were meant to move on to calmer waters, or meant to bring some sort of stability and security to your life, but you're currently showing up as the butterfly, and the butterfly is all about growth and evolution. It is about entering into the next phase of your life, healing that inner child and releasing the past. So someone could be seeing you move on, and I feel like it has triggered some feels for them. Three of Wands. Yeah, I see you making some moves in your own life. And I do see here that there's a new potential, a new love union coming in. But I can't get away from this person of the past that may want to drag you down to their level. And I feel like you're not having it. We have the Six of Swords showing up in reverse in the past position. So it almost feels like this person wants you to stay in some sort of either negativity or stay in a looped cycle, but you're liberating yourself from it. There's a new beginning here. Yeah, look at that. A new phase of your life. Wheel of Fortune. This is beautiful. You have the teddy bear showing up, and I definitely see a new spark. Someone new is interested in you. This could be flirting. You may be wanting to date, putting yourself back out there. There's a blooming romance coming in. But I feel like could be some competition here. There could be competition fighting over your love, or perhaps there's some energy of the past that's trying to sabotage your happiness in some way, shape, or form. It almost feels like wanting to try to step in, but there's an energetic block, or it feels like destiny is playing out here in some way, shape, or form, where your guides, you're protected from this energy, and you have grounding. Some of you are even working with crystals. Crystals or gemstones. You may wear like onyx or obsidian or any grounding crystal, grounding mat. Some of you are getting outside, getting out in nature. I feel like you are working on yourself and your stability. You've grown from the situation, and I feel like you're coming to a place where there's a lot more happiness and abundance. Bottom of the deck, you have the Sun. The Sun upright is healthy ego, vitality. This is what energizes you. And some of you, a person is still hanging on or attached when I feel like you are heading towards the sun, and they may be wanting to kind of block that from you, but you're like, I'm on this new path. I'm on this new journey with the Fool showing up at the bottom of the deck. Page of Pentacles. I want something more tangible in this physical world. I want to feel vitality. I want to feel happiness and abundance. I'm also getting a message here around someone hiding feelings, hiding emotions, or hiding you. It almost feels like they didn't show you off in some way, or they kept you like hidden. They may not have, shared pictures of you if you were together in a union, or, it almost feels like someone had one foot in, one foot out. And now that you're gone, or now that you are happy, maybe even entering into new relationships or putting yourself out there or getting some sort of attention or accolades in some way, I feel like someone wants in on that. You may have been a bright, shining light for someone else, and you recognize that they drained your energy, but I feel like they're trying to creep back in. And everything in your reading says, I'm not letting that energy bring me down to this level again, because you've learned valuable lessons here. I see that in the past, you've worked hard to get to where you're at, and you'll be darned if you let someone come in and steal that joy and happiness from you. So Cancer, you're showing up as a very fierce energy, fierce freedom type of energy. Now you do have the Coffin. So the Coffin is a new beginning, right? A chance to really be reborn in I'm getting like a spiritual rebirth. This is liberating yourself from the past. It is transitioning. Yes, there may have been a tragic ending, but I feel like what I'm seeing is this ending isn't going to be affecting your future or your happiness anymore, but someone may still be trying to keep this, coffin open, right? And you're like, it's done. It's dead. I'm burying it. I have buried it. But it's like they're coming back from the dead in a way, coming back to haunt you. Some of you may even have some dreams of this individual, and it may be because they're trying to reach out to you. Even if you've blocked them, I feel energetically they're trying to reach out to you. But you've protected or grounded your energy in such ways that you're not going to get sucked back into some sort of negativity or drama, which it may try to show up for you, but I just feel like you now have better tools. You're better equipped to deal with something in a new way. And this could be spiritual tools. This could be you've worked on yourself, self-help, self-development, where you can recognize some triggers, recognize some red flags, and you have different tools or resources to handle things in a healthier way. So kudos to you for doing the work here, Cancer. Now you have the grounding. I feel like regardless of what's going on around you, you're quite stable. This is about a sense of security, performance, growth, and endurance. Excuse me. There could be an energy of a new flame showing up. I mean, there is a new flame, Ace of Wands. There's a gift showing up that could very much be well grounded in reality. This could be something that feels very stable, a very strong communication between you, between your wants, your needs. You're able to speak up. You're able to express yourself, because I feel like I'm swallowing a lot. I'm swallowing, and I had something there in my throat for a second. And I feel like that was your energy of holding back or not being able to talk, to express oneself in the past. And I feel like that's what's shifting here. There's a new level of communication that you've learned or you've been working on. And I feel like you've grounded yourself to be able to communicate efficiently with someone. It's been a long time. Some of you have been in a cycle for quite some time. You may even be widowed. For some of you, you've gone through a tragic or a loss, or there's been some sort of ending here, but you're actually dealing better. You're dealing better than you think with this situation. And I am getting the next phase. It may be that you're doing better because you've done the work, right? And maybe someone else has not done the work. So they're going through maybe a more difficult time, or they still have some healing to do, because there's a lot of inner child stuff that some of you Cancerians were dealing with within yourself or within another, or both of you, that cause there to be, a lot of that 5 of Swords. That's why we see the 6 of Swords turning back around, going back into that 5 energy, which can be someone taking advantage. It can be selfishness. It can be manipulation, bullying. It's basically two wounded egos that are duking it out through control, through dominance, but it comes at a cost. And the cost could be some sort of an ending. Now you have the teddy bear showing up for you. This is a beautiful energy because I almost feel like you're softening around the edges, or you're going to see that someone that's in your energy softens with being around you. Like they may come off as very, masculine or, independent. They may feel, very, I'm just getting like a rough appeal, but inside they're like a big old teddy bear and they're interested in you. There's someone new coming in. And for those of you that are currently in a relationship, I do feel like there's some sort of spark that shows up here. I mean, it could even be a situation where someone has their eye on you at work, or it could be a friend that, you're not going to cross lines with, but I feel like there's some sort of new energy that does stir something up within you. And I do feel like those of you that are, maybe wanting to call in a best friend or a tribe, I feel like you could be connecting with someone who's at first, this person could have even been, an enemy, or it could have been someone that maybe you didn't like at first that turns into something more. Now, interestingly enough, it feels like you get to see this person for beyond the edges, right? Beyond the edges that may come off as intimidating. And maybe this is you. Maybe at times, Cancer, you can come off as quite intense or quite intimidating. But it's like once you open this portal up, which I see this showing up, you're able to soften the situation, flirt, put yourself out there. Now, bottom of the deck, you have seduction and passion and mask. Okay, this is some 50 Shades stuff going on here. Big 50 Shades. So this is attraction, teasing each other. There could be temptations. There may be some third party. Like I said, it may be a situation where you glance at someone and you do have some sort of feels going on. But I feel like, there's some sort of spark here. For some of you, this is brand new. If you're single, this is intense. It can be someone's hiding how they feel, but you can't hide it. They may be hiding it on the physical, but energetically, there is a strong attraction. And it's like a sizzling. I feel like a crackle in the air. This is intense. This is insane chemistry, sparks and having fun, equal interest, burning desire. This is literally the Ace of Wands. So there is some sort of seduction, hooking up, something very, very tempting here. And I do see that for some of you, you could be fantasizing. It almost feels like there's a fantasy effect to this, but when it comes down to it, your outcome says this fantasy isn't going to, I don't want to say isn't going to play out in the way that you think, but I feel like it actually could bear something concrete. So for those of you that think that, maybe this is short-lived or maybe it can't happen, I actually feel like there's something more tangible than you realize. So let's dive in here. You start off with the Ace of Wands, a lot of passion, a lot of seduction. Some of you could even be, don't shoot the messenger, but because we have someone trying to come back from the past, maybe someone that, you had a falling out with, you were angry with. I feel like there could be some sort of like makeup energy happening between the both of you, or some sort of like forbidden fruit. You want what you cannot have. I feel for some of you that could be the case, but for others of you, this is some insane, intense chemistry. And you're like, wait a second, should I go for this? This feels a little bit, too much. This is sparks flying. This is attraction. This is passion. And if that's the case, remember to ground your energy. But I see underlying energy of stability here and growth. You may not see it, but I feel like it's showing up here. Now, the opportunity is the temperance, timing, and patience. our favorite word, right? Cancer, everyone likes to hear patience. This is balance and moderation, because sometimes feelings can get very, very caught up quite quickly. And this is about showing yourself that extra tender love and care. It's self-control. It is, not letting things get out of control where everything feels very hazy, very crazy. And I see that there could be an opportunity for that to come in here for you. And if this is someone of the past that may be showing up that wants to sabotage happiness, try not to let them, which I don't feel like you are, because you're on this path to a new journey with the Fool. But I feel like it almost feels like timing is a factor here, like the right person, maybe not the right time, or perhaps you've waited a long time to be with a person, or you've waited a long time for yourself to feel all of those delicious senses that it feels like when you are in the beginning of, a new relationship or a new dynamic. But with the Temperance showing up in the challenge position, or as I like to say, the opportunity position, this is about not letting things get out of control, and just moderating your emotions. But Sagittarian energy here with the Temperance can be very fiery, very passionate. But what happens when we don't keep that fire under control? It can blaze like a wildfire, and it could go out just as quick as it started. So that could be something that, maybe needs to be looked at here. Is this a flame, a slow burn that I can keep going? Do we have enough common ground? Do we have enough interest? Or is this just a quick thing? And that's up to you. Use discernment. But I feel like you've learned a lot. You've been through a lot. 9 of Wands showing up here in your foundation. And when the 9 of Wands shows up, he is someone who is a warrior, right? He's been wounded because he's been to war. He has overcome obstacles through perseverance, through strength, and through boundaries. I feel like you have had many external hurdles, Cancer, that you've had to jump through. And I feel like you are coming through with a renewed sense of determination, and you're reigniting something within you. Yeah, there's a reignition, a re-spark that's taking place with this Ace of Wands. And I feel like you fought long and hard. Some of you have a connection with the hawk. Okay, the hawk could be significant here. I see the hawk flying above. The hawk can also be focus. It can be intention. It can be going after what you want. And I feel like there's no stopping you now, right? There's no stopping you now. Now, in the recent past, I do see here the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords. I feel like you are moving on to calmer waters here, but it's almost as if you were caught in a little bit of a storm, and you kept kind of circling back around to that Five of Swords, which is what you were trying to get out of. It could be the battle of the egos. It could be, fight or flight. It can be resentments, bitterness, conflict, someone taking advantage, selfishness, even rage or anger. I just feel like you were trying to step out of that, but you got pulled back into it, where now you're moving forward in a different way, because you have the butterfly showing up here. You're heading into the next phase, and it may require leaving someone or something behind, or a limiting belief or a pattern. You have the Three of Wands showing up here. The Three of Wands, as your potential, is about manifestation. It's about anticipation. Some of you are highly anticipating meeting someone new, or, connecting. I'm getting like first time. So it could be like the first date, or the first time meeting up with each other, or the first time that you're intimate with each other. I'm getting anticipation around a new flame or a new spark, because you may feel like you don't live up to some sort of expectations, but try to leave that at the door if you can. I feel like there's a little bit of hesitation, but you are exploring. You're meant to explore. Success is a move away. So don't get lost in the planning. Don't get lost in the overwhelm or hesitating moving forward, because you are, you're stepping into the sun basically. So why is there a need to go back to this energy or feel like you have to stay in this storm? It could be because there is a pull because of this mask, right? It may be familiar, and what is familiar isn't always what is best for us, but what is familiar is actually, what we've been conditioned to be in, right? It feels familiar because that's what we know, but that doesn't mean we should stay in what's familiar, because that may be hindering your growth. And you have wings here. You're meant to spread your wings and put yourself out there in some way, shape, or form, because in the near future, you have the Wheel of Fortune. Now, this is destiny. This is destined energy. It can be, the end of a karmic cycle, potentially. It's a turning point. It is a renewal of life. And time, again, I keep getting timing is significant for you. And we see the white rabbit holding all the clocks here. So divine timing is at play. And it feels like now is the time to make a move or to move forward here in some way, shape, or form. How are you feeling? 5 of Wands. You may feel a little bit conflicted because there could be a couple of different energies or individuals that you're dealing with. For some of you, if this is family, maybe you're dealing with other family members, maybe siblings or parents or children. And it almost feels like there's too many cooks in the kitchen. Too many people have their opinion or their view or their thoughts, right? It's like poking their nose into your business. And I just feel like there's a lot going on at this time. And the message is to find balance. As you see the flamingos, this is playing croquet with the queen, right? The queen uses the flamingos as her croquet, what is it called? Like a ballot. 5 is showing up here. 5, there's a feather. I'm getting like birds of a feather flock together. So this could also be soul tribe coming together. Small minds talk about others. Oh, okay. Some of you are dealing with some sort of gossip. Okay. Small-minded individuals, or you wanted to get out of some sort of drama, but it's like you got sucked back into it. Every time you were trying to escape it, it's like someone would say something to you or someone would pull you back in, and you're like, I've been trying to get out of this drama. I've been trying to disconnect from this. Why do I keep getting pulled in? And this can be criticism. It can be a lack of direction, unnecessary conflict due to adversity, different viewpoints, competition, or just too many people involved. And I feel like you've had to work on these obstacles, and it feels like other people haven't. They're trying to keep you small. They're trying to keep you at this level that they're at. And you're like, wait a second. I've moved on. I'm not staying in this 5. I'm on to the 6 here and on to, this next chapter of my life. So what's going on around you? King of Wands. You have a strong desire, a strong passion within you. King of Wands is powerful energy when it comes to marching to the beat of your own drum. Now, some of you are connecting with the King of Wands, or you could be offering your flame. There's something here with the Ace of Wands and King of Wands. It feels like you are very passionate, very driven. Someone may be very assertive and letting you know how they feel. They may be saying, Cancer, I really am interested in you. Let's see where this goes. I want to date. There's a lot of, again, chemistry between you and this King of Wands. He can be very intriguing, very handsome, very charming, very sexual. This is a very big energy coming in. And someone could be dealing with a person from the past. Let's say you have a new relationship, but this person is still dealing with their ex. Maybe they have children together, or they're going through a divorce, or maybe someone's mother-in-law could be in the mix here. I just feel like there's someone trying to come in and squash someone's happiness. And it feels like the two of you against the world in a sense. Whoever this new dynamic is, it's not going to put out someone's sun. Okay. If there's some sort of energy trying to come in, I feel like there's a barrier up that is saying, I'm not going to allow this person to steal my thunder, or I'm not going to allow them to persuade me. And that's what you're contemplating at this time. You're like, well, how can I disconnect from this? How can I avoid this drama or not be a part of this? But in a way, like you are. But I feel like there's healthy boundaries need to be created here. Healthy emotional boundaries. Some of you may be having a conversation with a loved one around, boundaries in some way. Knight of Cups in your hopes. Knight of Cups is the classic romantic, right? He follows his bliss, follows his heart. This is emotional depth, right? It's being open to love. Some of you, you're hoping that, this phase that you're in is going to last for quite some time, because it's looking juicy. It's looking good and passionate and seductive. And it feels like you're taking things to the next phase in a new dynamic here. But the fear is, what if I'm naive? What if I put my heart on my sleeve just for it to get, ripped away in an instant? There's a whole lot of what ifs here with this Knight of Cups. Sometimes this can be known as the player. Someone could be a people pleaser. It could be you've been a people pleaser in the past, or perhaps you've been taken advantage of for your beautiful heart, Cancer. But I feel like there is a strong hope that something is real. And I actually feel with this King of Swords as your outcome, through clear communication, through logic. I'm getting like love and logic. Yeah, aren't there books like Love and Logic, parenting, love and logic in relationships? I mean, that could be something you want to look into, love and logic. But the King of Swords is not playing games, right? This King of Swords shows up in the upright. And when he shows up in the upright, he's intelligent. He's very experienced. He's very strategic, meaning that if there is a problem, this is your guy that can find a solution, right? He comes in with a mission, even if it upsets other people, because the King of Swords is showing up here as the gnat. And we all know that gnats and nauseums and mosquitoes, they can be really annoying. We try to swat at them. And I feel like this person is coming in with a mission, and he is someone who he sets boundaries. He goes for what he wants. He says what he needs to say. He is someone who is going to share his knowledge. And sometimes it may feel like he lacks empathy, but it's not because he doesn't have a heart, but it's because he chooses logic. He chooses to work with logic. And again, love and logic, that's really showing up here. If you're reading that book, or if that makes sense, I'd love to hear it. Drop it in the comment section. This could be like love and logic when it comes to your own children, making some choices here, using the mind. Psychology could be a big thing showing up. You may have even looked into maybe attachment styles, or, mental health. Some of you may have been dealing with an individual who had suffered from maybe a mental health issue. King of Swords can be someone who works in the justice system, maybe in the legal world, but he is strategic. And I feel like where there's a will, there's a way, and this person is going to make it happen. So I actually feel really good about this King of Swords here showing up as your outcome, because again, where there's a will, there's a way, and love and logic blend together to create harmony and balance. And what perfect time to see this showing up in a Libran season, as this is an air element. So I see that there's going to be some sort of communication, some sort of logic that that brings in solutions to any of this obstacle energy, 5 of Wands and 6 of Swords, that keeps kind of reverting back into a cycle. But let's get a message from the wisdom of the Oracle. What do we have here for Cancer? TikTok, you can't make this up. There's something around timing, divine timing. The time is now. This could be, you know, destiny, a destined event taking place, a destined union, destined meeting. It's also card 30. Some of you may be born on the 30th. 3 could be significant here for you. Now, the TikTok card is all about timelessness, divine timing, and immeasurable time. Love, the fulfillment of desire, and even the body's reproductive cycles have their own timetable. Some things are preordained and cannot be coerced. Everything has its season, its divine and appropriate timing, especially when it comes to matters of the heart. Remember that you always have enough time for love, to find it, to nurture it, to give and receive it. Its clock is eternal and ticks according to the beating of your heart. In perfect rhythm. Isn't that wonderful to know that love is always right on time? Oh, I see what's happening here. For some of you, with the Temperance card, it's been so long that you may have given up on love, or you may have been in a union for a while that's been very difficult, very challenging, and you feel like you're stuck, as in, I have to stay in this situation, or I have to look outside of this situation for my happiness. But I feel like it says, love is always on time, and it looks like you have some sort of destined love showing up for you. There's a turning of fate here, turning of the wheel. You're entering into a very big new phase. Have you been feeling, though, as the clock has been ticking and getting a little nervous that your dreams are taking too long? Too long to manifest? There's nothing to fear. You'll never run out of time for the important things. The miracles that are yours and yours alone can't be missed, Cancer. Isn't that amazing? You're in such capable hands, with guides and angels hovering in the invisible spaces, ensuring that your journey will be filled with all sorts of goodies. Let your anxiety be gently dispelled by your faith. Spirit will never deny you your highest good. All is yours in divine, appropriate timing. You can relax. Beautiful, beautiful energy and messages around time. Now let's get a few messages from your crystal spirits. And at this time, if you're able to safely do so, Cancer, please close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath in from your solar plexus chakra, the bottom of your belly. Nice big inhale. Hold it as long as you can. And release with a nice big sigh. And with your eyes still closed, please tune into your third eye chakra, the area between your eyebrows and your forehead region. And I want you to imagine the first crystal or gemstone that shows up in your mind's eye. Now your crystal could show up as a specific shape, maybe a specific size or a color. This could be hues of green, blues, yellows, or purple. Perhaps your crystal is heart-shaped. Maybe it has points or clusters. It may be rutilated, raw, polished, or even tumbled. You may even know the name of the crystal, and if not, that's okay. You could be feeling the energies emitting from it, that of unconditional love, protection, guidance, or clarity. There is no right or wrong answer. And if you need a moment, just pause the video and come back when you're ready. And for those of you that would like to be entered into the free monthly reading giveaway, where I draw one winner around the first of the month, all you need to do is drop your crystals, whether you have the name of it, maybe it's the shape, the color, the size, whatever you are seeing in your mind's eye, drop that in the comment section below the video, and I personally will enter you into that giveaway. All right, beautiful. You have Spirit Quartz, card 54. Some of you may be 54 years old. This is about community. It's about universal love and harmony. This is a very powerful stone. I believe it is a blend of many different quartz. I think it's amethyst, citrine, and white quartz. So you may have seen rose quartz, or you may have had quartz in your mind's eye, which is beautiful because it's a blend. Love takes many different forms, and Spirit Quartz appears to remind you that romantic love is just one possible way to experience the love that the universe has for you. In connecting to community, remember the abundance of love and its power to heal, and you change your vibration. You also signal to the universe that from your head to your toes, from your body to your soul, you are ready for a healthy romantic partnership. Be open to the different ways love appears, and you will find that you are not so attached to the old expectations of the clothes it should be wearing or the voice it uses when it comes to your door. Now, this is a really wonderful stone when it comes to creating a community or a family. For those of you that are wanting to connect with Soul Tribe, call in, love of all forms, which I see it with the Ace of Pentacles. There's a gift showing up here, or excuse me, Ace of Wands. This is an excellent stone to use in meditation when we wish to learn how to be of service, put other people first, or just work well with others, opening ourselves up to, connections and partnerships of all kinds, right? These aren't just romantic readings. Love shows up in so many different forms. And even though you may have dealt with people wearing masks or situations that have ended, I feel like love is still very much abundant, very much around you. And don't give up. Don't give up here on love, because the TikTok card and the Wheel of Fortune says destiny and divine timing is at play here for you. All right, last but not least, let's get a message from your guides, your ancestors, your spiritual team, and we have a new beginning. That's that Fool energy that we see at the bottom of the deck. There's the Fool and the Sun and that Page of Pentacles. You're embarking upon a new journey that's going to really bring a lot of happiness, a lot of sunshine, a lot of playfulness and warmth. A new beginning is presenting itself to you. Trust that life is unfolding for your highest good. It is time to celebrate your accomplishments and enjoy this divine unfolding. Ace of Wands showing up here, right? Ace of Wands is your new beginning. 3 of Wands says you're taking it, a step forward. 5 of Wands says if anybody comes in and tries to tell you how to live your life, you now have the tools to say, that's not for me. I appreciate your input, but I'm going to do things my way. And I feel like that's not selfish. What was difficult about this is if you were a people pleaser, or if you tended to put other people's needs ahead of your own, it can feel selfish, but you're unlearning that behavior. You're unlearning that belief, and you're saying, I'm putting myself first. I'm chasing my rainbow here because I've gone through a hell of a lot of storms. And look at what we see above. Once again, you guys can't make that up. There's a hawk. There's a hawk there that's, flying into the storm. So hawk could be your spirit animal. Could be a guide. You may want to look up, the symbolism for hawk. You could be, which hawks can bring about great protection. And I feel like you may again see a hawk out in the great outdoors. You could see a feather. There's just something here about you rising above and being able to see things from a higher perspective even. And I also get that you're protected and you are coming closer and closer to your rainbow. The sun is coming out, shining that rainbow. Some of you may even see a double rainbow is what I'm getting here. So pay attention to the hawk and the rainbow energy. That is going to be a sign that lets you know that divine timing is at play. Destiny is at play here, and you're not alone. That is what I have for you, Cancer. I'm loving this energy, even though, you could have potential threats or people that want to see you not living your best life. Those are projections, but it's going to, require you to say, I do deserve to live my best life. I am, abundant and happy. So you deserve it. You're seeing love all around you. And I feel like there's something that's playful right now. It definitely could get a little bit serious down the road, but don't rush it. Don't rush the process. Be in the moment now. Thank you so much for tuning in, Cancer. If this resonates, please hit that thumbs up button. It certainly helps get the divine channeled messages out there to those that need it most. Feel free to share, like, comment your crystals below, and hit that subscribe and bell button if you haven't already, if you're enjoying the messages. Lots of love to you, Cancer.